Welcome to the next episode, everybody. We're back in the Glastron. Take a look. You can see I got my suit on, oscillating tool. Take a look at this. Remember that center section I was talking about? Decided to remove it because I had a feeling that wood piece that was in the middle was compromised. What do you think? We're looking at the different cores here. I imagine like this top piece that was closest to the fiberglass looked like it was fine. But this is what I was talking about. If I would have just left it in there, you're pretty much leaving all this moisture inside the floor, right? Would have been a big mistake. So anyway, you can kind of see what's in store here. I mean, this is where I first started cutting into it. All mold, mildew, odd color, right? And then you can start to see here, now all of a sudden it's starting to change color. But as we talked about, you can see there's cracks all the way forward. I checked the wood as it is up there, and probably in this area it's likely fine, but you just don't really know, right, what the overall condition is. You can't leave any of this under there. So unfortunately, it's all got to come out, and that's what we're going to keep working on. So let's get to it. Hope you like what you see so far. It's pretty gross, but this is just kind of what to expect when you're renovating a boat that's been around since, I think this was 1982. So anyway, it's still pretty bad all the way up to the front. This was the most forward piece that I could find, and it would look like it was decent. You know, you can tell the core in the center is pretty much toast, but you had to leave some piece of wood in there. I guess this wouldn't have been the word, but this was what was right behind it. As you can imagine, closer towards the back. And then this one, the reason why it looks like that is completely gone. So it's kind of what to expect the closer you get towards the back. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and remove those pieces, and then I'm going to get my grinder out and start grinding these edges down. Not too thick, but definitely makes a mess. Go ahead and get started on that. Yeah, definitely, if you're thinking about doing this, make sure you got the proper safety gear. You can see I've got a Tyvek suit on, really thick nitrile glove, and all the seams are taped up just so you don't get any fiberglass. It just makes it super itchy. Take a look here. This part was back there, and it was completely sealed, so to speak. And cut the back off and then slice the top. And although it's kind of towards the most wet part of the boat, right, kind of where the drain plug was, you can see that it's still got a good amount of moisture on it. Now it's still held together pretty decently, but still, I mean, look at that thing. It's still wet. So anyway, I'm not a big fan of putting these down in this area. Personally, I think no matter what, whether you cover it with Kevlar, epoxy, this is just a really wet area. And what you'll probably see as I rebuild this boat, we won't put this piece back on it. I believe this is where they put like the bilge pump. And anyway, what I like to do is clean this real good, and I'll take some adhesive. I think it's 3M adhesive, and clean it and then bond it right to the floor. versus trying to screw it into something. Anyway, I think that's what that's for, but whatever it is, to be exact, we won't be using it in the rebuild. So anyway, get rid of that. Pretty much time to start grinding. I'll go to my oscillating tool like 99% of the time as much as I can, because once I start going to grinding, it makes a huge mess everywhere. And yeah, it's pretty much this whole entire area will get coated with fine fiberglass dust. So I'm going to go in here and clean up just a little bit more, probably put a new glove on. And actually what I do is if I get a hole in this, I'll just put another glove on top of it. Like, see this one? It's not too bad, but definitely before getting to any kind of grinding, I'll make sure put another glove on. So anyway, yeah, I'll go ahead and clean up some of this, and yeah, let's get to grinding. Take a look here. Now, this part was very, very tedious because mostly the angle, right? You can see the part where I sanded the gel coat down, and then as we roll into the other angle, the purpose of that, right, is to give the new transom something to grab onto for the tape to stick to. Now, obviously, I know those really ugly stains that are down there. We'll get to that. I've got some ideas, but for the purpose of prepping and getting the transom ready to sit in, we needed to do a lot of sanding. What you see here was probably about 2 hours of sanding, and I've got a special little tool that I use to get into these little crevices. We'll demo those tools on the next episode with all the safety gear that I use, because I've done it on my prior demo video, but I like to show those who are kind of interested, right, in the Glastron series, show them as well how it is that we get these things done. And I'll tell you what, there's 3 main electrical tools that I use, and then my safety gear, we'll go over that as well. If you look, there's fiberglass everywhere. Take a look in here. Now, the sanding piece in here, as well as down here as well, probably, I want to say about 2 hours in here. And it's all about labor. I think we've gone over this multiple times, right? It's just hours. It's not the most expensive thing to do. Well, I guess that kind of depends on the size of your boat, but it's just a lot of work, a lot of hours, a lot of sanding. So today, oscillating tool was used, my angle grinder that has a really gritty sanding wheel on it, as well as my other little tool, and I forgot what that one's referred to as. We'll have to look that up. You can see what the progress looks like around here. Even up front. Up front is the piece that I'm most proud of, because this is really laying the foundation for getting, you know, the front section done, as well as the floor. Now, obviously, when we go to tie in the new front section, where it's not going to be seating section anymore, like, you know, the traditional shape would be. Just give me a piece of plywood that goes over the top. Eventually, you'll be able to put a pedestal in the middle if you want to fish from the front. But this is basically what it takes. You can see the boat in general is really flimsy, because once you start taking out the center section right there, it's got nothing to hold on to, and the boat itself is super light. In fact, I bet you I could probably get up on the front of it and lift it up. It's not that heavy now. There's no motor attached, and all the plywood's removed. So anyway, just wanted to give you a quick heads up, show you where I was at with this project. It's a mess. So definitely hit that like button. I hope you like the series so far. We'll get more into probably fitting up the new transom, how we measure it, what I use to measure it, and all that fun stuff in the next episode. So anyway, If you're not subscribed to the channel already, hit that subscribe button. Leave some comments in the comments field below, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Have a good one, everybody. Take it easy.